weavers, welcome back. I'm Grace with Tangled Webs Weaving. In my last video, I wove the pattern Rings of Fancy from the May-June 2018 issue of Handwoven Magazine. So here it is, off the loom, and I wanted to show you the hemming process because it's a little bit different and I've got a couple little hacks. So the first thing that we need to do is to secure the ends so they don't unravel. I believe that this is the back of the rug, and you'll notice that I have two layers. Remember, this was a double weave pattern. So I have two layers, and the back layer is going to be secured very close to this edge here, and then cut short. The top layer is going to be secured out here at the end, folded over twice, or folded over once, and then folded over the side that we cut very short. So I will go ahead and reposition the camera and we will show that process. Okay, so here we've got the hem. This is the underside hem that will be hidden. I've just pinned it back so it's out of the way. This is the upper hem. I'm just going to sew along this edge here to secure it. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we're going to use a zigzag stitch that is fairly close together. We'll see how that works. So I've got that good and secure. So now I will flip it over and do the underside hem. Okay, you can see that I have repositioned everything. I changed the camera angle so that you could get a really good picture of this. So I installed my zipper foot and I moved my needle to the far left. On this particular sewing machine, I'm fortunate that I can do that. If you can't, just get as close as you can with the zipper foot. The zipper foot is just going to allow me to not have to ride along the edge of this ridge that is created by the top layer having to be folded back. So I have my zipper foot down, and I'm going to run a straight stitch along here instead of a zigzag stitch, mostly because I have the zipper foot in. I'll probably come back and do a second line of stitching just to secure it. Make sure it's very secure. Okay, so here we go. right, there we go. We've got a couple nice tight lines there. On the second stitching line, I used a feature on my machine that allowed me to do 3 parallel lines at the same time. So that is not going to come undone. So now we just need to cut this back to the stitching line and cut this hem back to the stitching line and fold it over. So I'll get that set up. Okay, here we are with the hem trimmed up, and let me see if I can get a good picture, close-up picture of this. Here is the bottom hem, or the bottom edge, that will be enclosed inside the hem. So you can see it's trimmed back very close. This is the top layer that will be the main hem that you see. This will fold over once like this, and then fold over that exposed raw edge to create a nice 1/2 inch hem. The problem is this is very thick and it's very hard to deal with. Even with my very long quilting needles, or quilting pens, I don't think I could pin it. I do have clips that I can use to clip it in place, but I will, it's kind of hard to manage. So what I'm going to use is something I use from my sewing, and it's double-sided basting tape. It's usually used for putting in zippers where you can't pin the zipper very well. It's a double-sided tape, 1/8 inch wide, that is got adhesive on the back side as it rolls off, and then you peel off the paper backing and it's got adhesive on that side. So I'm going to lay a line of that along this edge here. I'll fold it over, and then I'll lay another line of it along this edge and fold it over again. The nice thing about this is it's permanent, it's invisible, it won't wash out, and it'll help hold everything in place. I will use the clips to hold everything while I'm hand sewing it, but this will make it a lot easier to get everything set up in place. So we'll just go ahead and get started. So it is a little bit repositionable. Okay. All right, so now we'll just see if I can get the edge. Okay. So now we'll just fold this over, and you can see how nicely that just tacks down and kind of ease out any lumps and bumps. Okay. All right. So see, that makes it so much easier to work with. And the corners I'm kind of leaving at the end so that I can kind of fold them in, make sure they don't poke out. So we'll just, and again, I'm going to lay it right along the edge. And the reason I do this is when you're hand sewing it, this stuff is really sticky, and if your needle passes through it, your needle will get really sticky. It's hard to sew through. Okay, so we'll get the end here. Just peel it off. It's like a lot of tape. It's best if you pull straight back. If you pull up like this, you possibly will tear the paper backing, and then you'll have to try and get that torn end. All right, so now I'm going to fold over the last part of the hem. I'm going to kind of stretch it out a little bit and fold over. And as you can see, this is not holding 100%, especially because I put it along that inside edge. But it will hold enough until I can get some clips on it. So go ahead, and as I'm going along, we'll just clip this. And it helps if you just kind of squish the hem down to reduce some of the bulk. Okay, there we go. All right. So now all I need to do is hand hem this, and then it should be ready to put down on the floor. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like, subscribe below to see more of my videos. Thanks, and happy weaving!